This video shows the simple steps of creating the Hibernate, generating the Hibernate code, and then use the Eclipse to program the Hibernate. Here is the summary of these videos. First of all, I will create a database in my SQL database, and then I will decide the persistent structures, what I want to save in a UML class diagram. And then I will generate a entity relationship diagram from UML class diagram. And then I will generate database and Hibernate code and automatically from the database visual architect. And then I will develop a simple program to insert data to database. And finally, I will show how to develop simple program to query database. Okay, let's just start my SQL. And I have the MySQL installed here, and there is no database created. So let me just create one. Create database, and I would like to use a patient management as an example. And I create the patient management database. I created this one, and then let's finish this step. Okay, and then I would decide the structure in UML class diagram. Let me go to the database visual architect. You can use the database visual architect Java edition or professional edition to do this. To do it, it is simple. You just click on the UML button in toolbar and go to class diagram. And then after you create a class diagram, you can input the package. For example, I would like to see com.patient management .model. This is the basic package I want to store in my class, and then I can create the ORM persistable class here. And I create one, say this is a patient, and the patient I can have some attribute on it. Then I can add an attribute, say of course have name, and patient also have the say registered day, and sorry, this one is a date. And then I can input, say this is a remark, this string. And one patient should have multiple visit record. Then I can create a relationship here using the resource icon. This is a one-to-many associations, and I just create here, and then say this is a visit record, something like that. And then visit record, I have to add some attributes, say visit date, and I will say something like result, reason. Also have string, and result, also a string. And let me just create one more class. Say every visit I have one doctor to take care about this patient. So there is a one-to-one relationship. Then I can create the visit have doctor, something like that. And also the doctor can have name of doctor, and maybe just one name is okay. Then I decide the basic persistent structure, have the patient's visit record and also the doctor. Okay, I have finished the second step now. Then I move on to the first step to generate the ERD from UML class diagram. Now I can right click on the class diagram to synchronize to entity relationship diagram. I just right click synchronize, and then it will ask me to provide the name for the entity relationship diagram or select one. I just create new, and patient management. Then okay, then ask me to provide the primary key. I just use default one. Then I close it. Then now I have the patient's visit record and also doctor. You see the string convert to varchar 255 by default. You can change, of course. For example, the name should no longer than 128, and I can input something like that. And okay, now I got the database. Let me just save the project first. I save the projects. Say this is a patient management. Okay, then I can go to generate the, okay, let me just go back to the summary. Now I have finished to generate entity relationship diagram and UML class diagram. Okay, the next step is to generate database and Hibernate code. And let me just go to generate code. I can click the ORM here, object relational mapping button. And then I have the generate code menu item. I click the generate code. And then you will see there is a database code generation dialog box. Let me select some, before I select the code generation, let me configure the database. I can go to the database options to select which database I want. I want MySQL, and I can also download the driver. And after I click download driver, it will connect to the internet and download driver for me. Just wait a second. Okay, then I got the driver now, and I can input the host name. It is a local host. The database name I just create is patient management, and I can have the user. I just use the root, and let me use the InnoDB, and let me test the connections. It is not work. Patient management, I spell P-A-T-I. Let's see, P-A-T-I-E-N-T T-I-M-A-N-A-G-E-M-G-E. Yes, I test, it is success. Okay, then I just click OK, and then I can go to configure the code. Before I generate the code, let me go to the Eclipse. I have prepared an empty project in Eclipse, and I want to generate code to this project, so I can open the property to copy the path and come back here to paste the path to here, and then I can uncheck everything, just generate simple one, and then click OK. Then it will generate the code and also the database. Just a second, let me double check. In database generation, I can take the export to database. If I take this one, it will connect to database and create a table. Let me just take this one and generate again, and then it will generate the database and code again. Okay, then I can go to the MySQL to see say, and I can go to patient management. Okay, then I can show the tables. You see the doctor, patient, and which record is created. Let's just see the patient and have the name, register date, and remark. Okay, and the length, you can see this is a 128, this is 255. Okay.